Ooh, you know what? I need to at least join and use some energy. Probably have a second before people get here. Anyway, yeah, I can follow Sim. I may refill tomorrow to make sure we get through things. Whoa, what just happened? Okay, we're back. Oh, you know what? I need to check on something real quick. Okay. I just realized I probably need to reload my streaming because it doesn't look like I can chat, which normally means chat is borked. So if you were talking to me and I'm not seeing it, apologies. Give me until after this fight. Never mind. Chat is fine. Okay, welcome everyone. That was my fault. There we go. Moving on. Hey, Cesar. Happy early Valentine's indeed. I've been doing okay, Walrus. It's been, I don't know, kind of a heavy couple weeks for various reasons. I'm Some of you may have noticed that I have not put out war videos yet. I haven't recorded any of them. I have all of the footage. The question for me is just if it's worth it this season. Um, I'll probably put out at minimum something. I just may do some compilations to preserve certain fights. Oh, don't do that. I made that mistake once before. Because it is diss track. Yeah, it's fine. Venompool will get it back. But I may do some compilations to make sure that I preserve some of the more interesting fights. But I've definitely taken some fights that are a bit less interesting. Cannot believe that didn't count as a frickin' intercept. And so I don't think people necessarily need to see those. Jesus. My fault. That wasn't my fault. No, buddy, I don't want to push you to your special two, and I would really like to get to the EQ, because that's what the people are here for. There's a reason this isn't the path I normally take. I'm just trying to help a friend here, and you are making it painful. Is a 7-star Black Panther OG good enough for this Battlegrounds meta? I mean, do you mean like unduped rank 1? I wouldn't run one in my deck. Doesn't mean there's no value. So difficult to backdraft with him. Hmm. You gotta quit out when that happens, Cooper. I honestly really do not care to get into a winner of woe debate right now, or even just this feels very much like a trial, and I'm not here for it. Sorry, Copper. Like I have been on trial for this so much in the last week. If that's all you're here for is because you're angry, please come back later. That's all I'm gonna say there. Hey Wolf, welcome. Hi Slay. Yeah, I think I answered that, Walrus. I've talked about this enough. I don't need to do it again. If you don't have many skill attackers, then he's already asking you to intercept, right? So I think in that sense, he makes sense. He also crits well, so even though you don't have the intercept purify, I can still see some value. Yeah. Like, he'll have the damage. He's a skill champion, so he benefits from that. Hey, Odysseus, how's it going, bud? Don't give me that copper. I'm I'm sorry, but don't you dare ask me for empathy on this. I have given so much empathy on this. It has been most of my emotional capital for the last week. You do not get to play that card with me. You're still here in 5 minutes? You can talk. Hey, Matt. Hey, noticed Photon has a reaction to Ronan, who is the other swordsman in reference to. I'm actually going to decline to answer that directly because it's a little bit of a spoiler for a comics run. But that is out of the Mighty Avengers in, I think, 2014. It's pre Secret Wars. Um, but it's the run with her, Luke Cage, Blue Marvel, excuse me, Power Man, White Tiger. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. Oh, and Sam Wilson. And at one point, there is a mystery person in Ronan's costume. You know what? I'll come back and do this later. You'll hear for EQ. I burned enough energy. Oh, I know, Walrus. I know. No worries. That didn't cross a line for me. Nah, we don't need to call names, Matt. It's very easy for people to demand empathy without offering any of their own. Okay, New Avengers, A-Force, Fantastic Four. It's okay, Black Hole. Don't worry about it. Speaking of White Tiger, any thoughts on her? Feels like everyone forgot about her already. She's a little bit tricky to play. The community tends to write off some of those characters just because they automatically assume it's not worth it. I think White Tiger's quite good. I think that it is possible to learn how to use her power steel alternating specials mechanic to do very cool things. And I think even if you are not really adept with it, you can still do good things. And I think when you combine that with her overall high damage, the fact that she's not bad on defense, her really interesting regen steel mechanic, and the fact that she is the only mystic immune to nullify, I think she has real value. Biohazard. I was like, where's the challenge? Oh, it's Ronin with Biohazard. Okay. Cool, all good, and then yeah, why not? Let's play around with Onslaught. Now you know where they're in the game? Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna pay that 6 energy. I'm actually gonna read the story this month. I keep saying I'm gonna do it. I have to start from the beginning or I'm just gonna get behind on it. Out of those three, which would I choose? I would choose Masacre. That is pure favoritism. All three are very good choices. Yeah, there's definitely a certain amount of that black hole. I agree. Hey, Cream Cheese, how's it going, my friend? Anything I need to be worried about on path 4? I mean, obligatory, you don't have to do them as 6 paths. You can mix and match. Um, the big thing on that one is the second half, right? Be ready for input, like just the whole second half. It's rough in general. It's the toughest trap node for a number of those defenders. I think especially Null. Um, Strife, Spot, and Wiccan can all, or sorry, not Wiccan, giving away the game there. Strife, Spot, and Gallon can all be very painful. Just make sure that you have the counters. Assuming you're not bringing Aegon, make sure you have the counters. How do you play Spidey 2099 well? There's a lot of good content on him. There's basically two schools of it, right? You can either play him as like a Science Massacre Valkyrie variant, where you bring the anti-venom synergy so they start with a wither on them, and then you just keep it paused forever, hitting into block to build ruptures, dealing damage as they cross bars of power. That is how he's assigned in war quite a bit. Um, the other side of it is just that he's still one of the best buff immunes with some of the best ability power control in the game, right? When you combine that with the cool red numbers he's got, and the fact that he has exhaustion and so can shut off Sasquatch, he's very good. Dust looks like a female Ronin. I can see that in the basics. I have not watched House of the Dragon. I am super behind on TV in general. Hey, Joey, how's it going? Okay. The villain of the month is Weird Vending Machines. Yeah, I watched Game of Thrones, and I've read the books. Same, Black Hole. Same. Dude! Oh, bad monkey. Are you kidding? Yeah, like there are parts of the Last Airbender that look really good. I've obviously seen the memed stuff, right? So we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. Yeah, I knew that was too slow. Wiccan goes burr. All right. I'm gonna see the new Planet of the Apes. Okay, so I know that this is like a really lame problem to have. I've only ever seen the first Planet of the Apes, and then I have no idea on the watch order of the rest. And don't just say release order because that's not clear either. My problem with that whole series is that they forgot how helpful it is to just label your frickin' movies 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sometimes. And so it's just like, okay, well, hold on. I start with the rise of the attack of the return of the. I just get lost. The trailers always look cool. I theoretically would like to catch up on them, but like I can't be bothered. Yeah, Born is another one of those for sure. Bullseye's Rampage. Has Bullseye's Rampage ended? I don't know about that, Riri. Yeah, that is energetic for Clint. What do I think of the movie? What movie? Oh, the movie that does not exist? The movie that is not in Ba Sing Se? Yeah, I've never seen it. I haven't had enough bourbon to read these out loud right now, man. Especially not starting in a month with two women. Unhinged behavior from here. Or here. I have no idea, Matt. I'm guessing it's probably about two or three. Like, I believe we're currently working on the May event quest. We might still be on April. Because Terrax is actually good. And he has a lot of very classic cosmic keys. I have not played any of the Resident Evil games. I'm glad it was good, though. Hey, Phil. Is Cosmic almost up to 50 now? Wow. That's pretty cool. You know, for whoever's next. Ouch. Not cool. Very not cool, Mark. Oh, did you do the thing where you tried to bring in a character you'd already used, Omega? Oh, yeah, please do send that. I'll forward it along. You think the Titan pools have weak champs, Chaitanya? Gonna have to disagree with you there. I applaud you for your brave and unusual take, Fel. I thought that used to connect. I mean, for one thing, Jackson, Colossus was voted in by the community, but that's also just objectively not true to call him a weak champion. I mean, yeah, Jackson, duh. King Groot's the only cosmic with Purify. And because I wanted her to be able to chase Adam Warlock onto Path 5, Kashala's good against cosmics with Purify. It's a nice, what's the thing? Clean target there. Oh, that's so weird, Omega. Okay. Yeah, I can see why they didn't notice or didn't find that in testing. but that is a good thing to fix. If you think the weakest champ in the pool is a champion that's still subject to rebalancing, that's definitely a good sign. Thing in Jabari? Yeah, man, you're just wrong on that. I keep seeing people whining about pulling Jabari. She is so underrated. It honestly annoys me because I wish I had a 7-star Jabari. Jabari is so good, and people are just bad with her, and so they think she's bad. It's so unfortunate. Wow. I was expecting that intercept to go better. I should have made sure I had a that thing. Pause. Bro. That was my fault, 100%. But I'm still annoyed about it. Ooh, there it is. He did the thing where he... Yeah. Okay, there is something wrong with Onslaught's Heavy. I need to report this one. Please don't forget DLL. Yeah, both hits of his heavy are counting as the last hit. Weird. Okay. I will make a note to follow that up tomorrow. Yeah, Bullseye's great on offense. Big fan. I'm going to skip this just because we're going to go back. I like doing them one at a time if I can. Why on earth would that be crazy, Felt? God, you're always like, dude, this is like just out of left field, but like, do you guys ever think that ice cream tastes pretty good? Like, just why do you do that to yourself, dude? Just have opinions. You don't have to like qualify yourself as some kind of weirdo first. Ooh, yeah, that sounds fun. Let's do that. Oh, I don't like Colossus either, Jackson, but he's still objectively a champion worthy of the Titan pool. See, that's the thing. The Titan pool is not failing if there is a character in it you don't want. That is just fundamentally a bad frame, right? I'm not saying you're saying that, but like the purpose of the Titan Crystal is to introduce strong characters into the 7-star pool. People not liking one, two, even six of them is a matter of taste. Okay, but if they're underrated as opposed to bad, then you don't need to be sad. You just need to learn how to use them, is my point. My champ with spotlights do not go that far back. I started making those like literally when I started at the company. Because that's when I got into the CCP and that's when I had access to the spotlights early and so I could start talking about them. I don't think I have a guide on Jabari anywhere, but the thing to remember with her is just the cleanse on every single hit. That is an ability that very few people can match. Um, you combine it with her damage, when you combine it with the counterpunch when she's awakened, and just how good the hunt is in terms of damage. She's very, very good. It's simple utility, but start playing around with her more. Excuse me. Learn how to just do like parry, medium, light, light, parry, medium, light, light. Do nothing else until you get to your special two. Throw it right as you go into the hunt, and your opponent is just dead. I'm not saying she's the best champion in the skill class, but Jabari is very good and very useful. And I am tired of people acting that like pulling her is the same as, I don't know, Iron Patriot. Is just ridiculous. Oh, that's very weird, Omega. Yeah, I'll pass that along. And Fell's proving again, like Red Skull is objectively worthy of the Titan Crystal. Totally fine if you don't want him. Hey, Stig, how's it going? Champagne taste on beer money. This is a funny expression. I like that. Bell, you gotta start listening to more people. Bullseye is not bad on attack. There are just some people whining because he doesn't do Corvus level guaranteed crits. Bullseye is an incredible attacker. He's just not a nuke. And there are people who have a really, really hard time seeing through that. But it's not even true that nobody wanted Colossus from a Titan, Jackson. It's just a lot of endgame players like to clown on him, and a lot of people didn't want him. But it's not nobody. Like, you really have to resist in a game like this, thinking that your opinion and the opinion of people that you talk to is everybody. That's just not how the world works. Hey, Sans afternoon. James, I know you're relatively new here, but like, I can't comment on things that haven't been announced, man. And even less, or even more so, I can't comment on things that haven't been decided. Onslaught and Bullseye haven't had their balance reviews yet. And part of the reason that we wait to do those reviews is to make sure that we have more data on them. It wouldn't even make sense to look at the data right now because that's not the call we're going to be making, right? I will say, just to set some expectations, I will personally be very surprised if Bullseye gets anything on attack or if Onslaught gets tuned down on defense. That is not the consensus on the team. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, me personally, I wouldn't expect those two things to change. New early access Valiant deals are a balanced team psyop. Oh, I love that. It's not the craziest thing in the world. Whoops, that was dumb. I had bourbon. I'm allowed to be dumb. There's no, there's almost no chance. I don't want to say there's no chance. There's almost no chance of that changing, Jackson. The whole point the Crushed is there is to add a skill ask to his RPG asks, right? So that, like, even if you're countering the things that he's doing, you still have to pay attention. It's kind of like how Korg punishes just dexing willy-nilly, or Thing requires you to count. I think that's gonna be the ability that really gives him longevity. And so I would be shocked if we take it out. That's the kind of thing that gives a defender staying power. Welcome, Nick. I don't know, Black Hole. I don't know. Sue is very, very scary to buff. Something like that, Stig. I'd buy that shirt. Yeah, Colossus is not the worst bullseye counter. How's it going, Easy? Me can't count past. Yeah. Doing okay, Nick. Do I know how many languages MCOC is in? Off the top of my head, I want to say 14. But I could be wrong. Right, and people are complaining about it for the exact reason that it's not going to go anywhere, Jackson. They're complaining about it because they're trying to get into a rhythm and then it disrupts them. They're complaining about it because, okay, well, I feel like I pretty much have this down, but I have to keep my eye out on that. I have to devote bandwidth to it. But that's like, that's the point, right? That's the whole point. I really need to stop hitting block. This would be a great time for me to have a point and coagulate. Jesus. I hate this node and its stupid block damage. No, I don't think that's... I don't even think that was the issue when she was first released, Black Hole. Because having talked to her designer, he says that like in her playtests, she basically just oscillated between, I don't know, this isn't quite worth it, and holy cow, this character is broken. And it was very, very difficult to try and pull her in from those extremes. I think you just answered your own question, Jackson. Ah, that's fine. What makes someone like Taskmaster difficult? 100% ability accuracy reduction. There's a few other things about him, but like that's the core of it. It's not that Taskmaster has good ability accuracy reduction. It's that the point of Taskmaster is ability accuracy reduction. Between his like debuff immunity and the fact that his whole kit revolves around dealing damage and stacking concussions, it would it would be very spooky. Like, important note, right? Luke Cage is subject to rebalancing. If we end up having to rebalance him and we end up, like, reducing the potency of the concussion or making it non stacking or something, I'm sure people will complain. But you would have to be really, really obtuse. I'm sorry, that was dumb. Um, to pretend that that was somehow ruining Luke as a character, right? That's never been the core of him. That's not what you use him for. But with Taskmaster, it is. Taskmaster would be like if we decided that Luke's indestructible wasn't going to work and we had to replace it with, like, armor. That is a very different matter. No, it's still there, Wolf. Should I be dexing slightly early or late for Maestro's special one beam? It's difficult for me to answer that because it doesn't feel early or late to me. It feels like I have to do it exactly right. And without knowing where you are, I don't know how to answer it. But what I will say is that I watch, like, specifically his chest coming forward, right? It's about It's about when that beam comes out of his chest arc reactor. And so that's what helps me. I have not seen John Wick. It's high on my list, but I haven't gotten to it. Why did I do this? I was like, don't use Wiccan. Green Goblin is immune to incinerate. And then I was like, you know what? Why don't you just be a colossal moron, DLL? Whatever. We'll get through it. Just need those cross charges. Done. Needed to intercept again after that. There we go. Sherry for Korg. Yeah. Non-contact. Wait. Colossus against Gallon in Arena. I don't think I've... Wait, I might have done that once. I've at least seen somebody do it. That one stings. Nice. It's interesting that Wiccan counts as Water Tribe. I'm not sure I understand why. Can someone help me out with that one? That would be difficult given that I don't have a trumpet. 82nd. Truly one of my least favorite play patterns in the entire game right there. You finish a combo, opponent light attacks. You dash back, opponent medium attacks. They don't actually hit you this time. You were ready for them. Then they throw a light attack and hit you with all three. Pain. My ult only has one 7-star, Nick. Something you gotta work towards. I just want to see how far Sunspot can get with attack charges before he dies. Pretty far. That's kind of what I thought might happen. He's very flexible with his schedule. Like that. I don't think it's. Is it always that way, Black Hole? You're sure it's not specific characters? No, I never run Pacify Noob. I was a little bit lucky there. Hey, William. With Battlegrounds in game, do I think players have a harder or easier time getting rewards without an alliance than before? Unquestionably easier. Like, there are things you can do without an alliance that are older than Battlegrounds, but it is unquestionably a major deal, right? Like, even if it wasn't the biggest, it is, and it is so clearly such a large thing that doesn't require an alliance that yes, you absolutely can do better now. That's cool. All right. Tech attackers with shock. Enjoy this dumb Sandman? That's kind of scary. Ah, give me shelter. I really don't like give me shelter. All right, I see the problem. That's interesting. I don't know. My guess is that that was just a choice by the designer, but I don't have an answer there. Wouldn't mind a 7-star penny. Now, Sandman. Yeah, I think I'm good between that and Fib. I don't know that Crossbones will keep up, so I don't think that's worth it. Yeah, I think we're okay there. I was considering Adam, yeah. Just because his crits are so big, he probably ignores Dull. And because he goes unblockable. Maybe we'll try him next time. I want to try Vox first. Yeah, Penny's amazing for this note set. Woof. Sorry to hear that, Billy. Yeah, I don't really have an answer, Omega. I probably should be clearer in his kit. Oh, dang it. See, there's the dialogue. Okay, hold on. I can fix this. This is the habit I'm in. Yay. Stuff. I like stuff. Okay. Always, are they going to split the party? They're not going to split the party. Never split the party. Domino is a mess, yeah. Hey, Double B. Yeah, the rule just clearly has to be different for it, offense versus defense. I haven't looked at it. That one works on attack? Alright. I'm confused. Yeah, it is indeed easy. That one never really went out of style. If they did, I wouldn't be able to tell you, noob. But no, I'd say the class-based masteries are not our top priority. Ouchie. Maybe another month, Walrus. Not really in my teenage girl era. Weird. I don't think that's it, Black Hole. I can't explain it, but I'm pretty sure that's not it. Is basically it. I don't know what just happened with my inputs. It wasn't what I intended. Okay, Red Skull's annoying enough. Let's use the nuke. Should I be reading the game story carefully? Eh, there's not really any prizes for it. We're not giving out any, or we're not running any tests. But work is put into it. I think it's interesting sometimes. You just can't stop. That's terrifying. Red Skull is not shock immune? No, it's a very old thing, but like, not everybody who inflicts a dot is or should be immune to said dot. Hey, JJ. Welcome. I don't think I'd noticed Vox's, like, empowered VFX here. Whoops, that's gonna sting a bit. Does this fight turn off willpower? Oh yeah, heal prevention. Right. Run into this before. Yeah, it must be a certain number of intensifies. I just didn't realize that. Nice, Phil. Glad to hear it. I have no idea, Nick. I'm sure there is a coded limit to gold somewhere, but I don't know what it is. Funny easy. Alright, we clearly didn't need Odin, so we might as well bring Adam. It'll be fun. Alright, just while I'm thinking it, or thinking about it, I'm grabbing my daily crystal. Don't forget. Are you talking about Groot looking very dark? Yes, I've heard of that one. It's been passed on. She overkills these health pools with these nodes so much. I have not done it yet, noob. I'm actually taking next week off of work And so I feel like I'm not really in a rush. Got kind of lucky with the no unstoppable here. I ain't complaining. Nick, you've been dancing around questions that feel like just begging for attention. Please stop. Nice hacking. Good luck on the last one. It's a big lift for sure. Sinister 6 is the Valiant one. Robot is the Paragon one. Some of y'all haven't heard me say this. I'm going to say it once. I'm not opening the floor to winner of woe debate, like I said earlier. But if you think back to what I said about how far in advance we have to lock in content, this fight was locked in before the Gifted Guardians had run during Banquet. We had no idea of knowing how many people would have 7 stars Sandman or Shocker. That fight is not doable with a low ranked 6-star Shocker. It's significantly harder with Sandman, and a lot of people were still saying they didn't like him at that point. We chose to go with the larger total number of options for the Paragon objective because there are quite a few robots that can do it. Maybe not quite a few, but there are several robots that can do it, even though we know it's harder. Because we didn't want Paragons to be stuck with an objective that basically just felt like Mysterio and only Mysterio. I haven't tried to do it with Shocker yet, hacking them, and I haven't. All right, nah, that's worth more than timing. Thank you for saying it, Odysseus. He was. I asked him to stop. That's more than a timeout. That's a ban. Yeah, I haven't tested the Shocker fight, but I've seen it go well. So yeah, I think you can probably find videos of that and have a good time. Good to know, Joey. She caught me off guard there. He's like 6 years old. I was trying to be nice. Well, if he's even 8 or 9, he can learn to stop just trying to get attention in public spaces. We we pay plenty of attention to each other in this chat room. You don't have to resort to tactics. It's not really the same, but tracking is functionally the debuff version of vigilance, yes, in that both of them do nothing but stop miss, and neither of them use ability accuracy to do so. See, that would have been more interesting, Joey. I actually miss horse riding. It was fun. Guardian is kind of an unfortunate ad on this particular node set. Yep, there's the auto block. That's fine. We got the conversion. Ooh, I shouldn't have done that. I needed to make sure he was below a bar. Throw it. Thank you. Now we're good. Hey, Adam, how's it going? I honestly appreciate that, Black Hole. I do like fantasy and sci-fi quite a bit. Alright, let's do Adam this time. I'm not gonna read that out loud, Joey, but I am laughing, and I'm not gonna ban you for that. Freaking heavy bias. Yep, that's fine. Back off, you jerk. Not what I meant by... I did tell him to back off. Take care, noob. Whoops. Bro, I hit the striker! Why did nothing happen? That's not what he said, Snoops. Let's not do that. Yeah, it was my fault. If we're gonna ask people to watch their language, I do think Black Hole did a good enough job. He didn't say it is boring. He said he finds them boring. That's personal preference. You don't get to take that away from someone else. Jesus. Snap light attack out of nowhere. This guy. No, but you did call it a bad take, Snoops. Not so much a take as just an opinion. There's so much media out there. Nobody should be wasting time on things that they don't enjoy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call the stream here. Already blew my Duolingo streak for today. It is what it is. But I don't want to stay up too late. That was nice and balanced. That's very nice when they do that. Nothing important down here, right? Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna get tired. Which is good. I'm very glad I'm tired this early. Need to get my sleep schedule a little bit better into line. Anywho, thanks everybody for hanging out. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. This is a good little corner of the community. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.